Don't you want to be a part of something global, something bigger than you? Come alongside of me and we're going to help women empowerment go global. Connect with me today. Become a corporate sponsor, a personal partner, or find out about advertising today. Welcome to the ''𝗑𝗿𝗆 with Shauna Marie talk show. Listen, I am so excited. I bet y'all say, she say that every week. Because I am excited about my 𝗍𝗏 girls and what God has for you tonight. Listen, gotta first give my Shauna shouts, of course, to our sponsor, Linda Burgess from Lincoln Heritage. Whoop, whoop. We love you, love you, love you. And shout out to all of y'all, okay? Thank you for all of your love, all of your support. Listen, your inboxes, your emails, your DMs on Instagram. Listen, thank you, thank you, thank you. And for your prayer requests, know that we are agreeing with you for what you have on the altar before God, and we are in great expectation of God blowing your mind. This is a new year, and I'm just believing that God is going to show up and show out on all of our behalf. So listen, y'all, I have an amazing special guest tonight. I gotta give you a little backdrop first, because oftentimes we are told that women don't get along and women can't collaborate, and there's too much jealousy and envy and competition and comparison for women to work together. No, teamwork makes the kingdom work, and the kingdom does not compete. We collaborate, and this sisterhood, this relationship right here is the epitome of that. So I want to welcome to 𝗍𝗏. Not her first time. It's her first time doing this. It's a jump, and I pray that y'all are inspired by her jump too. Dr. Cortella Wilkes. Hey, girl. Hey. Listen, I'm pumped.
I see.
You already know. No, this is my. This is not just my friend. This is my sister. You know what my apostle says? You don't need friends. You need sisters.
Right.
You need sisters. So this is my sister, and I have to say this publicly in front of everyone. When my dad was in transition, when he was going to glory, I'm telling you, you were such a pillar in my life. I have to say in front of everyone, thank you. Thank you for not just being a sister, but thank you for your grace. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for your expertise. Thank you for your love for people, your love for your industry, your field. I don't know what we would have done without your wisdom and expertise. There's no possible way I could have navigated any of that without your instructions, without your teaching, without your equipping and educating me. So from my entire family, thank you, thank you, thank you, because we would have been lost. But God knew how to put a ram in the bush. He knew. He knew. So I want you to introduce to them who you are. And listen, not just who you are, but what you do and what your next is, because her next is about to be popping, y'all. I'm excited. Excited.
I'm excited too. Let me say no thank you needed. That is just my purpose, my passion. It is. So I am Dr. Cortella Wilkes.
Yeah.
several titles or whatnot, but embracing who I am.
Yes.
I am a nurse doctor. That means I have a heart of a nurse, brain of a doctor. On a daily basis, that's what I do. I manage. I have a home health company, 𝗪𝗫𝗂𝗪 Healthcare Advantage, and basically, I kind of found a way to clone myself.
Come on. Yeah, that's good.
So I I have a medical family, a medical team of nurses all over the state of South Carolina that's providing care. And that was just a way I have a purpose and a passion just to make sure everybody, don't matter your status quo, don't matter if you're insured, don't matter if you're, I used to say from a prisoner to a janitor, it doesn't matter. Everybody deserves, God's children deserve to be taken care of in that time of need. Whatever that time of need looks like, whatever that looks like for you, your family, whatever it may be. But that's my now. But there's a story behind the now.
Come on.
There's a story behind the now.
What's the story behind it?
The story behind the now, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, everybody always says that when you're in an interview, where you see yourself in 10 years, where you see yourself in 15 years.
Right. And
we always have this answer of what we pretty much developed based on of how others saw
that's good.
Where we should be and what that should look like. So the story behind that is just the process. I am telling my age, but it's good because I used to lie about my age when I was when I was young. That's my story.
Tell a story about your story.
Right. So I'm 38. So I'm young, but I've seen a lot, been through a lot. Everything that I do, the now has been from experience. So like being able to help you navigate through that process with your dad is because, you know, it wasn't with my physical father, but my uncles, I saw the same thing. And many family members, that was me having to learn, being that pretty much that first generational college student, that only medical person in the family, just having to navigate through. Being made the power of attorney for my granddad when I was like 24.
Oh my goodness gracious.
So just having to make those big decisions or major decisions when I was young. So the story behind it, now I understand. Right. I have a unique, and you know it, I have a unique story of how I even got here or was born. So now I can sit here in confidence and say, I understand now that it makes sense. It was his plan.
That's right.
Nobody knew I was coming. My mom didn't know she was pregnant. I was birthed in the bathroom of my grandmother's house. I'm a grandmother-raised girl. So that's a tagline for me. My grandmother raised me, and she did a good job.
Yes, she did. Thank you, grandmama.
The lessons were no joke, but I appreciate her, and so that is who I am. So I'm a living legacy of her, and we all have to know our divine purpose and who we are assigned to.
That's right.
I feel like I'm assigned to younger women, younger girls, because I did not, until I moved away from my hometown, which is Florence.
Hey!
Give a shout out to Florence. But until I moved away, I did not see that in my hometown of women that looked like me, the age that looked like me, successful and having a career and different things like that. So no, I'm not a product of my environment.
Come on.
But I do respect.
Right.
I do respect the process. I haven't forgotten where I came from, but that is an assignment to go back and pull somebody else up.
That's good. That's what it's about. Yeah. What you endure and what you overcome, you're supposed to pull somebody else up out of it. Yeah. Is that how you got the name Legacy? How did that come about for your business?
Oh,
because every time I say that word, you be like, "Woo, Legacy!" Yes,
that's a deep one.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to keep it together. Legacy Healthcare Advantage was birthed when I was at the bedside of my grandma who was passing away, and so it was birthed. So it was just in me. Okay, my thing was, how do I prevent another family, another person from struggling, trying to get the resources and not having the knowledge to know what the next step is when you have someone sick and in need and different things like that. So it's the legacy. That's just that's who we're taking care of. Healthcare, that's what we provide. That's my passion. That's what I'm called to, and I know it's advantage. So it's just at your advantage. We meet people where they are, no matter if that's on the streets. Community is the home base of the foundation of the business. So outside of the hospital, we provide care. Just mental health, physical health.
Right.
We just care. So the name was birthed just watching my grandmother go through those different things. And like I said, I created the business plan, sitting at her side and pretty much knowing she was going to pass on. So I take that back, that God instilled that in me. I can remember a quote, just looking out the window, it's almost like I can see it. The hospital view was just in between two buildings, and all you really could see was through a shadow. And what kept running through my mind was, yea, do I walk through the shadow of death.
The shadow of death,
So it was in those moments, it was through pain of what you see now. So a lot of people will look from, oh, you're successful, you have a business, you have so many employees, but it was through the pain. It was through the pain.
Your pain had a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah, your pain had a purpose. You know, it's so profound what you do, because the wisdom and the expertise that you provide, the tools or resources that you provide to people, like you said, and we're in a day and a time where the medical system will get over if they can sometimes.
Right.
The people working for the medical system, not per se the system, but people will get on. And that happened to me, which I'm pretty sure has happened to many of you that are watching, where you don't know the laws and policies of medical facilities or what your rights for your loved ones are. And people will push the envelope and try to get you to do things that are not governed by law, but can be very, very harmful to you as a person, to your loved one, to y'all as a family. So you are providing that expertise and that wisdom and that equipping that allows people to know what those next steps are, how they can protect themselves, how they can protect their loved ones, what benefits are out there, resources are out there for their loved ones, because many of us don't know.
Right. But I think just going back on what you said, it's during those times is when the actions of love is shown.
Yeah.
So
yes,
especially for those legacies or whoever you're looking for, is during those tough times is, okay, you love them, but that love, you got to have enough love to fight for them when they can't fight for themselves.
That's it.
And whether it's family, whether it's friends, you got to understand, how far would you go to fight for somebody else?
That's right. Yeah.
And I feel deeply that's the God in us. How far would you go to help and fight for somebody else?
That's right.
And if you don't know, it's just I don't know. You go find out.
You have to find out. And many of us don't even know that we need to find something out.
That's good.
That was what I found. I said, oh my goodness, I had no idea that you need to find this out, because you don't realize that people will take advantage of you at some of your most vulnerable and weak moments and times. They'll try to take advantage of you. So I think that kind of leads me into this next one, because I found it, I found your voice very much needed this season. We were going through that experience. I said, God, people need to know this. Not enough people. Like she needs to speak it. She needs to, be front and center on platforms, and then, seminars and workshops where people can really, really hear about, the health disparities, and then become equipped.
Right.
Educated, inspired, ignited, but that takes a voice.
Right.
And you are the voice that God is using in that industry this season. So I know that we are 2023 now, and we are jumping. So she is launching her voice. I'm not gonna spill it. She is. But let's just, I wanted her to be the first one to speak on and talk about it, because and I want to say thank you to Dominion TV, to Pastor Lynette, to Dr. Dutton, to Des, and to the entire team, because this network is a blessing. And it's a blessing to be able to impact people for the kingdom of God, to advance his kingdom, to spread the gospel, to preach his word, to teach Jesus, but also have the opportunity to open up doors for other women. To be that trailblazer that will say, you know what, come alongside of me. Let's lock arms. Let's take over the mountain of media together. So I've had the opportunity to partner with, my amazing media moguls here at Dominion TV to help open doors. So she's one of these amazing women as launching her voice. So let's get into it. How did you know that God was calling you to launch your voice?
Well, it just didn't happen.
Clearly, not me, Lord.
It's almost like it just goes back to my childhood and my ultimate story. That is just my personality. Yeah. Like, I'm one that you just can't tell me something. I'm going to question it. I got to look it up. I'm going to research it. And if it's not right, it is very hard for me not to step up and say something. So, this is now just the positive way of stepping up, saying something, launching my voice. So I've been in the background for a long time. Long time.
Yeah, long time.
Many years. But it is just, I know it. Certain life challenges, life things that now make me afraid to be disobedient.
Oh, that's good.
So we've been getting with the team and different things like that. It's important to have a surrounding your connections to pour into you. There are a lot of people that's gonna see things inside of you that you running from, don't want to.
How many of y'all running,
or don't want to, step into it, but you need those connections that's gonna push you into your next, the good, and different things like that too. So this is my tying up of my loose ends.
Yeah, that's right. Good.
So no longer when your purpose is not just for you, it's for somebody else.
Yes.
So that is just this. I'm to be obedient. Launching my voice, and I appreciate the opportunity wholeheartedly. But to give details, I have no idea because I jumped scared.
Woo! Oh, that's good.
No idea.
Oh, that's good.
So the next is,
that should have blessed somebody right there. I jumped scared.
I jumped scared. So the next, I'm just walking in whatever divine purpose is supposed to be.
Yeah.
I've up until now, I've made the decisions. Oh, I'm going to do this, or this is what I think my next is. I have, it is uncomfortable.
Oh yeah,
I have no idea.
Yes, it's a stretch.
But it is going to be easy because everybody has their divine purpose of what they're supposed to do in life.
That's right. That's right.
So, and I truly know there is health, and it's not just healthcare.
Right.
So, launching, so you all will see more of me.
Yes.
Let me just say that.
Let me just say it. Let's just get on out there.
Yeah.
You're gonna see more of her and hear more of her.
And it's not
voice.
just healthcare, just healthcare. This platform will allow others to have a voice. I have a lot of parents with special needs kids that need to tell their story to help someone else through.
Come on.
That is just the biggest thing, or the where I see it going is to open up a door for somebody else who may be struggling on day-to-day life, right?
Yeah. Day-to-day life.
Day-to-day life, that they can really just tell the truth and help another person. Yeah. Yeah. Globally. Yeah.
How many of us has the enemy, isolated and put into a corner and made us feel like nobody else was going through it but us? Until someone opened up their mouth and told their testimony, and you realize, oh my gosh, someone else went through that. If they can overcome, then I can too. Right. If they can endure long suffer, I can too. And this is how they did it. So let me take those steps that they took, and try to walk this thing out with God. I'm just grateful that although you're jumping scared, you gave God a yes.
Right.
Says something very powerful. It's not about me. This is when God gives you something. It's not about you anyway.
It's not about me.
It's so much. It's so much bigger than you.
Right.
If you could, there's somebody that's watching that God has told to do something, and they too were afraid. It's bigger than them. They don't have the resources. They don't have the finance. They don't have the connection. They don't know how they're going to do it. Mm-hmm. They can't see the next. They can't even see the next. All they know is the instruction God gave them that they should obey. But they are right now too afraid to even jump scared. Take 30 seconds right now and just speak to them in that camera and just encourage them. What would you say to them?
I would say, first off, don't give others power over your life. Yeah. People will push their fears on you. So, for example, like when I went to open my business, they would say, oh, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. But many of those people didn't own a business of their own.
That's good.
Or any failure. So, for example, when I was going to nursing school and I didn't pass my boards the first time. I have a whole doctor's degree. I didn't pass. I failed it. But that didn't stop me. That actually ignited me to push.
That's good.
So pull back. Be still. Be quiet.
That's good.
Go to God before you go to others to seek advice. And whatever it is that area that is, I just heard Pastor Tracy actually said it in a conference. That thing that you're always passionate about. You see that struggle. You see it keeps tugging. That likely is your divine purpose and what you're called to. Yeah. Everybody has a different calling. None is the same, and we all can collaborate and work together. Right. It's not a competition.
It's not a competition. It's enough
not
room
a
for everybody.
We're all divine and connected to work together. Yeah. To do this thing called life. Yeah. It's not going to be easy.
Yes.
And we're not sitting up here saying, you know God, so you won't go through things. We never said that. You'll go through things. but you're going to have somebody that you're going to go through it with.
Right. That's right. And that's what's important. And most of all, you go through it with God.
With God.
That, you're listening to her testimony. One, thank you for your testimony. Thank you for who you are. Literally, thank you for who you are. Not just to your family and friends, but to your community and to the kingdom.
Yeah.
You are valued, you are honored, you're celebrated, you are a jewel, so thank you. Listen, I'm excited because this is the season where she's launching her voice, and you are going to get to see her on her own global talk show right here on Dominion TV.
On Dominion
Listen,
TV.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Too. I am.
I'm excited too.
Listen, God is going to do something major. Listen, if you were that person that is saying, golly, I want to jump like Dr. Cortella. I want to jump, and I want to jump scared. But I just don't know. I don't know how to start. I don't know how to initiate the first step. Surrender. Surrender to God's plan because it's bigger than yours. Or if you say, gosh, how did she get that kind of success coming from where she coming from? And she said that Jesus did it. God did. She followed God, but I don't know that God. I just extend salvation to you. Literally, to know Jesus, to know that hope, to know that purpose, to know that plan, that favor, grace, and mercy for your life. It's as simple as I confess with my mouth and believe in my heart that he hung, bled, died, and arose for me. Amen.
Amen.
So I thank you. I thank you guys for watching. Listen, be the light, be the salt. That's who you were called, created, and ordained to be. Shine, shine, sprinkle, sprinkle. Hey y'all, it's Shauna Marie with the Evolve Talk Show. Listen, I just want to introduce to y'all my new book, 21 Days to Bigger. I'm helping women think, expect, and achieve big. Listen, we're taking leaps of faith, putting our faith over fear, and we are finding our next level of purpose and closing the gap from where you are to where you have dreamed of being. Let me be your purpose pusher this season. Make sure that you grab the copy. Listen at IamShaunaMarie.com. I'm ready to see you walk into your Ephesians 3:20 season where God is going to do exceeding abundantly above all you could ever ask or think.